Welcome back to Alpha Centauri. It's been a little while. Sorry about that. Here we are at 2210. 10 years into the start of the new century. And we had planned on a couple bases. I think one of them is... No. I think one of these guys is working on a colony pod soon. It's not coming up yet, but I think he's working on it soon. No? No. Sparta. Okay. That's who.
Production complete.
Meanwhile, we're still building roads. Always. Oh, man, I'm always forgetting to... Oh, there's the colony pod. I knew there was one. Derp. Well done, me. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and put a road there. We'll leave him alone for the moment.
Complete.
Awesome! More fungus removal.
Production complete.
And we're going to get rid of some of that.
Terraform complete.
You, sir, are moving right there. Because if I put you there, then that base 1 makes sense. And you are going to go right there, and you are building a road.
Turn complete.
Some civilian workers got in among the research patients today and became so hysterical I felt compelled to have their nerves stapled. The consequence, of course, will be another public relations nightmare. But I was severely shaken by the extent of their revulsion towards a project so vital to our survival. CEO Wabuda K. Morgan, The Personal Diary.
A very interesting voiceover there. First of all, it's by Morgan and not Yang, so you got to wonder what Morgan is up to here a little bit. And second of all, the way he described the research hospital, I mean, it sounds like we should be sympathetic and be like, oh yes, those terrible protesters. And on the other hand, what were they protesting? Hard to say. Either way, we have this wonderful thing happening where we've got this bonus psych from the research hospital, and it gives us a talent because we have 2 in psych. So every 2 energy that we end up putting into psych, every 2 total energy that we get in there, gives us 1 talent. Now you can see that even though we were getting a fair bit, 8, only 1 of that 8 actually gets devoted towards psych, and only 1 of those, yeah, so that bonus isn't very big. Taking a look at Research Hospital, let's consult the data links, which I probably should have done instead. You'll notice it increases psych at the base by 25% and labs by 50% and reduces the number of drones by 1. It also reduces population loss caused by genetic warfare and other disease outbreaks. Those happen very rarely, but they can happen. So increases psych at base by 25% is pretty small. Luckily for us, they seem to have rounded up. Increased the labs at base by 50%, which is really nice, and reduces number of drones by 1. So even if this guy was about to have a drone, this will reduce the number of drones by 1, which, let's see, the Rec Commons reduces the number of drones by 2, so that's really good. Altogether, we get 3 drone reduction, plus 1 from police and 1 from this talent, so that's useful. In the meantime, something interesting is going to happen here next turn.
Production complete.
But I'm not telling you. Ha 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 ha. This guy is finally healed up a bit. So you coming over there, and you are going to move there. Aha! Humph. He went up to commando, and we got some extra credits. So, see, it's very important. And in fact, that thing probably wouldn't have spawned if we hadn't tried to enter that square. In fact, if we had left this square first, gone in there, and then tried to come back, yeah, there could have been, like, a mine worm there instead. They spawn, like, when you try to enter a square. So that's obnoxious and problematic.
Production complete.
Let's go ahead and just let him sit there and rest. This guy will work on the fungus. For no good reason. Actually, he seriously should not be working on the fungus, but whatever. We're going to go over here and start building some farms. You look in here, that's exactly where we're working on getting resources from. So if we can increase those, we're off to a good start. And we have a lot of rocky squares in the area, so I might reduce like this one, or maybe that one. I might reduce one of those down to a mineral or nutrient square and just get supplemental minerals. Because if we start mining all of these, we might run into some eco damage, and we really don't need that many mines. 6 mines, that's a lot.
Turn
I'm going to do the
complete.
same thing right over here this next turn, so.
Maximum population reached.
And there's the secret. So, a base can only get up to size 7. After that, you have to build extra rooms. The base won't grow on its own. It needs a special base facility for that. Luckily for us, we're going to be sending a guy out in a turn. So this will go back down to size 6. Of course, when it goes back down to size 6, then things keep on growing. So, yeah. It's not terribly fun, but it's what happens. Remember that eco damage thing that we talked about a while back? I mentioned it just briefly a moment ago. But eco damage happens when you get too many minerals occurring at a base. And as you can see here, we definitely have too many minerals occurring right now. So 11 seems to be fine, but 13, not so much. Now, if we wanted, let's say we don't want to be wasting those nutrients. Maybe, and that's fine. Maybe we don't. We do actually, because once that guy leaves, you know, there's stuff to be done. But if we didn't, we could take him up and just make him be a doctor. Or click on him and make him be a librarian or technician, depending on what we want. Do we want economy, psych, or labs? In this case, though, it's fine if we have extra nutrients, because as soon as this guy leaves, he's going to turn into something else. In the meantime, I'm going to get rid of the command center there and exchange it for the command nexus. And that will be a wonderful secret project. Wonderful indeed. Let's level this out, like I said earlier. He already has 2 mines there. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry about that. Only 1 sneeze. Quite unusual. This guy should really be upgraded. That was not what I intended to do. I mistyped. He needs to build a farm. And this guy needs to build a base. Fort Legion! I like the sound of that. Trans-Plasma Sentinels. Perfect. And like all new bases, we start off with our usual queue. Tanks and formers. And then we'll put in the rec commons and a children's creche. And actually, we'll put in a colony pod there first. Then children's creche, then a network node. There we go. That's good. Notice that, interestingly, this guy's going to have, first of all, a ton of, like, this guy's going to be a really awesome base once he's all set up. Because he's got lots of nutrients. Like, almost every square, except that one, is rainy. So, tons of nutrients. If we were to farm everything, it'd just be crazy. We have a minerals resource, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rocky squares, and a few rolling ones. Not a lot, but a few. And we've got the energy resource there. This is the fullest ridge, so we're getting extra energy from that, and it's higher up, so we're getting a little bit more energy from that. Now, this, of course, is going to be an interesting conundrum. Do we go for the minerals, or do we go for the energy? And I'll probably go for the energy here, because with as many minerals as we get, we don't need that guy to have minerals. Although we might need to flatten him out in order to put a solar collector there. So he's going to be a very interesting base. We'll keep an eye on him. In the meantime, he'll heal. This guy built new formers to replace the ones he lost. And the former's first job, kill the fungus. It's always the first job.
Terraform complete.
Okay. Zakharov! Belligerent! Oh my. I'm not sure if that's better or worse than seething, but it's probably worse. Because seething, you're just angry. Belligerent, you're, like, warlike. On the other hand, you could say belligerent is just, like, antagonist and, like, yeah. And seething is super. But either way, he's really red, and it's a bad thing. He's angry. On the other hand, his might is only potent, while mine is unsurpassed, even though neither one of us has the best military in the world. Oh god, not the impact rover prototype! Your forces are practically, well, so are mine, and I'm researching synthetic fossil fuels. So, missile launchers, bitch. I didn't say that. Someone else did. It was someone me. An emergency has risen at one of my bases. Lives are at stake, and information on gene splicing B3 is required immediately. Can you help? Really? You're belligerent and... Oh, okay. Well, actually, he might not be lying. We don't know. But it doesn't matter. He probably is lying. And it doesn't matter anyways. Never give away something for free. There's just... Don't be a bleeding heart in this game because there are no people in this base. There are no lives at stake. These are not... I mean, if you want to roleplay that there are, that's fine. But you know, don't just give it to him. And this is probably not the best idea. Offer the trade. Always offer the trade. Sometimes he'll take it. Sometimes he won't.
We have reached an informational threshold which can only be crossed by harnessing the speed of light directly. The quickest computations require the fastest possible particles moving along the shortest paths. Since the capability now exists to take our information directly from photons traveling molecular distances, the final act of the information revolution will soon be upon us. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
So this is a really odd tech. It's one of those that you need to have to advance because it gives you these nifty things to advance. Let me put this up for you. But yeah, it's also odd because like this, the title optical and computers. You'd think we'd have that already. We have fiber optic cable and electrons that move around in our processors and stuff already move close to light speed. I mean, compared to, I don't know, a baseball. Obviously not compared to light, but then again, that's light in a vacuum and all that. But and the other thing is that we know that we have stuff like quantum computing now, and that we don't have quantum computing, but it would be like better than this because quantum computing could be like doing 5 calculations at once inside a tiny little molecule that is in 3 states simultaneously, and etc. And even if it still relies on electrons, it's going to be better than this, which is just using photons. On the other hand, what he's talking about is using photons traveling the speed of light, blah, 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 70% faster electron-based devices, maybe? Most importantly, what Zakharov was talking about in the previous little voiceover, he said that the photons were traveling molecular distances, which is very different than just using light. So yeah, that would be super fast and super awesome. Also, we did not actually get any of this. So yeah, we do need to see that so we can tell it to go away. Upgrade. There we go. Ah, yes, we do have a very strong friendship. I agree. Nope, we're done.
Project initiated.
I love that. That was a perfect timing. Looks like somebody built formers. That's what the extra noise was for. Awesome. Okay, so let's just go ahead and shortest route and all that. Well, I mean, actually, I think this might have been a slightly better route. But I could come up this way and then go straight up because that'll branch straight over. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. Okay, either way, shift hold you. Let you sit. Get rid of fungus. This guy. Okay. Okay, what are you going to do? Well, there is a colony pod in the queue here. And there's a lot going on here. So if I take this colony pod, I could put it right over here, which is pretty good for me. I haven't yet looked at what I can do up here, and I haven't really looked at what I can do down here, although in both cases, I probably, most likely, want to send a former in first to get rid of, like, rocks. So I think I want a guy there, and I probably want somebody, like, there. So I could send this guy right down here. Right down there? I could also send him over here. That's not a bad spot. This is actually a pretty good spot because I really don't want to do anything in this area. It's got a lot of energy going for it. Take a look here. So there's a lot of height, but there's not much else. If I were to put a base here, it'd be hard to get nutrients from it. I'd have to forest the whole region, and I wouldn't be able to get the energy out of it then. So that, not the best option. I definitely want to have a base over here. I could have like one guy in this area, and then someone else up here. But as you can see, it's all like covered in fungus and crap. So my options are this square right here, another guy right there, or I send him way over to this side where I have like these bases set up. Since I have a guy coming here, I could just go ahead and expand that way, which would expand my territory quite a bit. Very important for growth. And since I have things set up there, I could also expand over there. Let's see. You've got a colony pod coming up in a while. You don't, for some reason. You don't either. I should fix that. And you don't, but you're also at 7. That's weird. I'm stroking my beard right now. Thinking. That's right, I have a beard. And I legit do. It's an awesome beard. That's right. If any of you are watching this and you happen to know who I am, you know I have an awesome beard. And I know some of you who might be watching this might know, some of you might know who I am. In fact, most of you, because there aren't that many of you. So you probably do know who I am, so you probably do know about the beard, and now the beard stroking is happening. Yes, this is a tough decision. Well, I've got these, well, he's busy. I've got this guy, he can produce some, and these guys should each produce 1 colony pod, which can fill up this side pretty well, which means this guy's going to go over here. But let's see, it'll take 9 1/3 to go there, and 7 to go there, so he's going to go here. This guy will go down there. Meanwhile, the first farmers are out. The first thing we're going to do is click on the square. Haha. Okay, we need farm there, and start getting rid of fungus. Oh, interesting. The river's giving me an extra bonus to energy. How nice. Let's start. Farm. Ville time. Ooh, Impact Rover is out and doing things. I feel like he should, I don't know, stay alive for a little bit, but I'm not sure why. Oh, yes, now I know. Because he should go over there.
Terraform complete.
It's nice that I can build a road on top of a monolith. This guy's just waiting. Hey, something's done up there, and this guy's done too. Let's put a solar collector there. See what he did just real quick. Ooh, up to 3. That's nice. I think it was at 2, so it's not that big a boost. Oh well. It is helpful though.
Turn complete. Enemy project initiated. Maximum population reached.
Monolith is silent. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Put a solar collector there, because we do that, and we'll go up from here. This guy's going to come over. This guy will sit. Alright, while we have turn complete for a moment, we saw that the university was starting on their secret project. I think we need to bulk up ours as well. Yes, eco damage, but I really want to get this done, and since we don't have like a ton of money, this is a fair bit. This is enough, but it's not like a lot. I want to be able to hurry the project if we need to. So we'll risk a little bit of eco damage, and then as soon as this is done, we get rid of it, because we do not want the oceans rising, although it might happen sooner or later. We also don't want planet hating us. We've got fungus thing right there.
Production complete.
Look, we got sea formers and transplasma sentinels. Awesome! Build a road.
Complete.
Get rid of fungus. Admire, and then hold. This guy will... Where's this guy from? JANISSARY Rock. You should go back there. Yes. I think that will be your new job. To go back there. Which means, what will this man's job be? Going this way. Which is ironic, because I could have just, like, really quick put a road right there, and I just didn't. Ha ha ha. Take that, other people who wanted roads. Alright! Time to talk about terraforming on the ocean. So first of all, you can fish in the ocean, meaning that you'll get nutrients from any ocean square. Whether it's ocean, ocean trench, or ocean shelf. Now, ocean shelf is the smallest depth, the shallowest. It's the shallowest depth. And it extends to 1,000 meters. Ocean extends down to 2,000 meters, and ocean trench, which I don't have any nearby. I thought I saw some over, yeah, here's some. It extends below 2,000 meters. So, any place with fungus in it, even if it has a bonus, you only get the fungus. You can only plant stuff on one of these various little squares, the ocean shelf. If you want to plant on the ocean squares, you'll have to raise the terrain level. So, let's hit V. Now this guy, I kind of want to bump that up, but I kind of also want to get using that, which means we have to get rid of the fungus. It's a good question, because we need minerals. We need minerals a lot, so let's try getting rid of the fungus.
Turn complete.
No mindworms there, that's good. That's very good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that then. Take a couple turns. Now we're back here, and you'll notice something. We're only getting one nutrient, and in 5 turns we're going to grow. So that doesn't sound like it means a whole lot, but it means that in 5 turns when we grow, we're going to be at level 6, and every population takes 2. You notice here, we're at 5, we're requiring 10 to support it, so 5 times 2 is 10. At level 6, we're going to require 12, but we're only making 11. Now, the nice thing about level 6 is that once we hit level 6, we'll get an extra little unit that we could put somewhere and get an extra mineral or an extra nutrient for. And that way we'll be stagnant. We won't be starving, hopefully. We should just be stagnant. However, if the game works differently, if the game calculates starving before it calculates our extra guy, we might not get him. So to address this, we have a couple options. One, we could just take this out, be stagnant, maybe produce extra labs for a couple turns, you know? Or we can just leave it in there. We get that extra nutrient, or sorry, we get that extra minerals, which is really helpful, especially for whatever it is that we're building. And we've got a little bit of time to start building farms. Fortunately, we can do that. So farms it is. This man is going to go back, by man I mean rover. It's going to go back there. We have, hey, we've successfully leveled terrain, so let's build us a farm.
Complete.
Someone just completed something. That's nice.
Turn complete.
Looks like we've got a bot. Looks like we've got a base coming up soon.
Enemy project initiated.
Yeah, I've got a
Production complete.
pretty good lead on that. I don't know if you'll be able to beat me, game. They build a rec commons, excellent, which means that they're not about to start drone riding. So we're going to build a colony pod. Awesome. And then they're growing at the same time. Great.
Terraform complete.
That's nice. So this guy is going to sit in the fungus, and that way nothing will spawn. We're going to build a road. We're going to actually have to build a road on this square and the next square, because it won't automatically connect to the river if the river is adjacent. It's got to be the same square. So let's move this one up. I find it kind of weird that they're getting up to size 3 and 4 before they're, you know, getting terraformers, but maybe that's not so weird. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Turn complete.
Alright, so we made 12 years progress this time, and I'm hitting the video limit. Since I don't want to go, I really don't want to go over the 2 gigabyte YouTube limit, we're going to stop there. You'll never find out what this base is called. Mwahahaha! We've got 11 turns on the command nexus, and we're really rushing the old ecology environment thing. This guy isn't even completely full, but hey, whatever. So that'll be a thing. It's happening. Stuff. Yeah, this guy's growing pretty good. Better than this guy. Oh, it's because of the nutrients. All right then. Until next time, I'll see you later, and we'll do this, and I'll plan out some of this stuff in advance, so that next time we'll have some landmarks. All right. So until next time, don't catch on fire.